The passive income crypto gurus are lying about. You've seen them, the Lambos, the Dubai skylines, the guys promising you guaranteed 1,000% APY from something they call a Degen yield super protocol. They sell you this dream of effortless wealth, a magic carpet ride away from your 9 to 5, all powered by the wonders of crypto, but they have a funny habit of leaving out the part where that dream curdles into a nightmare of devastating hacks, mysterious penalties that bleed your account dry, and a surprise bill from the taxman that can wipe you out completely. They're lying to you. And look, it's not always with malice, sometimes it's just pure ignorance. But it's a lie, and it's a dangerous one. Today we're going to expose the brutal realities they don't want you to know. You invest a single dollar. This isn't fear-mongering, this is the conversation they refuse to have. Section 1. The hack you never saw coming. The first and most brutal lie is the lie of security. Gurus love to talk about decentralization, like it's some impenetrable fortress. They say, just put your money in this DeFi protocol, it's all on the blockchain, it's safe. They might even proudly mention that the project's smart contracts are audited. What they don't tell you is that an audit is not a guarantee. It's a snapshot in time, a quick check for known problems. But hackers are creative, they're relentless, and they're always hunting for the unknown exploit. Smart contracts, the very code powering these passive income machines, are their hunting ground. And since the dawn of crypto, we've seen a long, bloody history of hacks, from simple scams to mind-bendingly clever exploits. Think of a smart contract like a digital vending machine. You put your tokens in, and it's programmed to spit out rewards. An audit just checks if the machine was built correctly according to the blueprints. But what if there's a flaw in the blueprint itself? A flaw nobody ever thought to look for. A hacker finds that flaw, and instead of just getting a candy bar, they trigger a hidden function that empties the entire machine. All of it, including your deposit. And because these protocols often manage hundreds of millions, even billions of dollars, they are massive glowing targets. This isn't theory, it happens constantly. In 2022 alone, over $3 billion was stolen in DeFi-related breaches, and the hits just keep on coming. Take the Ronin Bridge hack, where attackers walked away with over $625 million. The weak point wasn't even the main smart contract, it was the centralized validator system used to approve transactions. The hackers compromised a few private keys and drained the whole bridge. For users, that promise of passive income turned into a 100% loss. Overnight. More recently, in February 2025, the Bybit exchange was hit with a staggering $1.5 billion heist. This wasn't some arcane smart contract flaw. Reports suggest it was an attack involving malware or a compromised user interface that tricked the platform into approving fraudulent transactions during a wallet transfer. It proves that hackers are constantly shifting their focus to human and process-level weaknesses, not just code. So when a guru tells you a protocol is safe because it's audited, ask them if that audit protects you from a stolen private key, a front-end hijack, or a brand new type of economic exploit no one has even seen before. Their silence will tell you everything. That passive income is only as secure as the weakest link in a very, very long chain. Section 2. Your keys, your coins, their rules, the slashing nightmare. The second big lie is the lie of control. For people who want a safer route, gurus love to push crypto staking. The pitch is so simple: help secure the network and earn rewards. It's way less risky than wild yield farming. Just delegate your coins to a validator and watch the money roll in. What they conveniently forget to detail is a little risk known as slashing. To get slashing, you first have to get staking. On proof-of-stake networks like Ethereum, validators are the ones confirming transactions and keeping the network honest. To become a validator, you have to lock up, or stake, a whole lot of crypto. In return, you get paid rewards. Since most of us don't have the cash or the tech skills to run our own validator, we just delegate our coins to a professional service. But here's the catch. If that validator you trusted makes a mistake, if it goes offline for too long or, God forbid, accidentally approves a bad transaction, the network's protocol automatically punishes it. That punishment is called slashing, and it means the validator loses a chunk of its staked crypto. And since coins are part of stake, you lose money too. Think of it this way. You invest in a brand new apartment building and hire a professional management company to run it. You're happily collecting passive rental income. But one day, the management company botches the building's safety inspections. The city doesn't just fine the company, it condemns part of the building itself. A piece of your apartment is just gone. It wasn't your fault. You did nothing wrong, but you paid the price for their mistake. And this isn't some super rare thing. While huge slashing events are uncommon, they are devastating when they happen. In September 2025, a major incident on Ethereum saw 39 validators get slashed because of operational screw-ups by third-party staking providers. The problem came from simple mistakes like running validator keys in two places at once during maintenance, causing their nodes to double-sign transactions. Each validator lost funds, and so did every person who had delegated their stake to them, trusting them to be pros. The gurus sell staking as this sleepy, conservative way to earn a little yield. They don't tell you that your entire investment is being guaranteed by a third party whose operational security is a total black box. They don't mention that a simple human error can trigger an automatic penalty that costs you money while you're asleep. That passive income is subject to rules you don't control and penalties for mistakes you didn't make. Section 3. The taxman cometh. This brings us to the third and maybe the most insidious lie. The lie of simplicity. The gurus flash their massive gains on screen, but they never, ever show you the tax form. They talk about unrealized gains and cashing out. But they completely fail to explain that in the eyes of the government, almost every single thing you do in DeFi could be a taxable event. In most countries, crypto is treated as property, not currency. This has nightmarish implications. When you trade Bitcoin for Ethereum, that's a taxable event. When you swap that Ethereum for a stable coin to jump in a liquidity pool, another taxable event. When you earn staking or yield farming rewards, that's usually taxed as regular income the moment you receive it. And then, if you sell those rewards later, you get to pay capital gains tax on any appreciation. Can you imagine the record keeping? Every single swap, every reward claim, every deposit, each has a timestamp and a fair market value that you are personally responsible for tracking and reporting. For an active yield farmer, this isn't just complicated, it's a full-time accounting job. The real nightmare, though, starts when the market turns. Let's say in 1 year you make $200,000 in crypto gains, mostly from hopping between hot new tokens. You feel rich, you live it up, you don't set any cash aside. The next year, the market completely crashes, and your portfolio, now full of worthless junk, plummets to maybe $20,000. Here's the brutal part. The taxman doesn't care about your current portfolio. He wants his cut of the $200,000 gain you realized last year. Reddit forums are filled with horror stories from people who are facing six-figure tax bills on money they don't have anymore. One user famously turned a $5,000 investment into an $880,000 portfolio in 2017, only to lose most of it in the 2018 crash. Their tax bill for the on-paper gains? A cool $400,000. The IRS does not accept "but the market crashed" as an excuse. They will garnish your wages and seize your assets to get what they're owed. Just recently, we saw a landmark case where an early Bitcoin investor was sentenced to prison for tax evasion. The first case of its kind focused just on crypto. He failed to report millions in gains from Bitcoin he sold, and is now facing jail time on top of over $1 million in restitution. The authorities are not turning a blind eye anymore. The gurus promising you a fast lane to wealth are actually leading you into a tax minefield without a map. Conclusion: the way forward. So, the dream they're selling you is riddled with holes. The safe protocols are hackable, the hands-off staking is subject to penalties you don't control, and the effortless gains come with a soul-crushing tax burden. The most dangerous people in crypto aren't the obvious scammers. They're the smiling gurus who sell you half-truths, packaging extreme risk into an easy-to-swallow dream. But this doesn't mean crypto is a lost cause. It just means that they are selling you is a lie. The real way forward isn't some magic bullet protocol or another guaranteed APY. It's a philosophy, radical transparency, deep, obsessive research, and a profound respect for risk. It means actually reading the documentation, not just watching the YouTube hype video. It means understanding that an audit is the of your research, not the end. It means diversifying not just your assets, but the platforms and protocols you use. It means setting aside cash for taxes on every single gain, no matter how small. And it means assuming that anything that sounds too good to be true absolutely is. In crypto, the passive income they promise is rarely passive, and it is never, ever guaranteed. The only thing they guarantee is that by hiding the real risks, someone else gets rich off your hope. And it's usually them. Don't be their exit liquidity. Be smarter than that. If you're tired of the lies and want to learn how to navigate this space with your eyes wide open, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. In my next video, I'm breaking down the 5 critical questions you have to ask before putting a single dollar into any DeFi protocol.